Good to see everybody here. And as I said to everybody, a guten Abend. Remember, we learned that one last time. And I will also move this a little bit. And I will say to everybody, Shalom Aleichem. At which point you will say to me,
Alechem Shalom.
there we go. See, we learned some stuff. And if I would say to you, Good morning, which it isn't, but if I were to say that to you, am I saying good morning?
Good day.
Saying good day. And the response to good morning is
Morgan.
one of two. If I say good morning to you, you say to me,
Morgan.
Good morning.
good morning.
Good morning.
A good
Okay?
tag.
I say good day to you. You don't want to be rude, you know. Yeah, well, too bad. He could sit there and wait for it. I'm not going to tell him. No. And if I want to be a little bit superlative, you say good morning. I say
A sehr good morning.
a good morning or good morning, good your. Remember from last week? Okay. Good day and a good year. And is implied. Okay. You don't hear him say una good your. Good morning, comma, or semicolon, good your. I'm wishing you all the best. Okay, so that's just a little bit of an over-the-top response. Good morning. And if it's later in the day, okay.
Good Nacht. Good Nacht.
I could say, well, if it's not Nacht yet, a good Tag. Okay, I could say good day that way. Have a good day. Or I could say, if it's getting towards evening, like now, we say a guten
Abend.
Abend. O-V-N-T in the transliteration. Okay, Abend. Evening, Abend. Okay. Now notice I said gut morgen, guten Abend. Favus. Weiß nicht. Okay. It's grammar. Every language has its grammar, and some of the grammaticals are a little bit different. Okay. Now it's bedtime. I'm not going to say a good Tag, and I'm not going to say good morgen, and I'm not going to say a guten Abend. Was will
Good Nacht.
Good Nacht.
I get a good now I add an E. Okay. A gute Nacht. Adjectival form. Okay, of good. Guten Abend. Gute Nacht. Good morgen. Amishakas. Good year. If it's Rosh Chodesh, I will wish you
Good
a guten Chodesh or good Chodesh. Okay. I've always said a guten Chodesh. Favus. Again, I think because it's an adjectival form. Why isn't that true with Morgan? Even my Yiddish is not that good. Okay. So I just want to review a little bit what we did from last week, from the last session. And I know we have an awful lot of stuff on the agenda tonight, and I want to get through all of it. So let's just bring up some stuff here that I want to bring up on the screen to share. And we'll look at it together. Oh, here we go. All right. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So the vocabulary and grammar this week, okay? Aher. Nitahin, nitaher. Neither here nor there. Aher is here. You have the H-E-R, and they put an A in front instead of an E in the back, okay? This one is a cognate. Declare. Declare. Farblunget, we know farblunget. Farblunget is lost, but when you say somebody is farblunget, he's not just a little lost, or she's not just a little lost. She is lost.
You didn't get
no
it?
idea where they are.
I can, okay. See if you got it.
All right. Geflogen. Remember nicht geflogen, nicht gesteigen, right? Okay. Geflogen, fly. Überblick. Right now we are doing an Überblick. Okay. An Überblick. A review. An Überblick. Okay. And we're going to see a kormika, a kormika. Notice I'm trilling that R a little bit. A kormika. A kormika. A comedian. Okay. Morgen. Morgen. Tomorrow, except as below. Okay. Morgen also means tomorrow. Nicht heint, morgen. Not today, tomorrow. Or sometimes to say, nicht heint, nicht morgen. Not today, not tomorrow. Come back in a week or two.
Nicht heint, nicht morgen. Nicht heint, nicht morgen.
Right. Not tonight, not tomorrow. All right. Eugen.
Eyes.
Eugen, plural. Okay. Do. This is new for you. Sa'at mich nit un. Sa'at mit nich un. You know, S art. We have that apostrophe.
Yes.
Sa'at mich nit un. Mich is an objective form of mir.
Okay.
Like dich, mich, sich. It's objective, reflective, okay? Sa'at mich nit un. It doesn't concern me.
Doesn't
or
concern
I don't
me.
care. I don't care.
Der Art nicht.
Sa'at mich nit un.
Der Art
Sa'at
nicht.
mich nit un.
Ja, it's dasselbe Wort.
Okay?
Ze aard mich nicht un.
Ja. Nit un.
Ze aard mich nicht un. Ze aard mich nicht
Ja,
un.
azoi. Okay.
Azoi.
Weitzt. Show. Like to demonstrate, okay? It's verbal, not a show. This is to show. And volt, I would. From last session, all right? A guten Abend. Abend was a new word for us. Good evening. After sundown, but not by bedtime. Now is Abend, okay? A gute Nacht. Good night.
Good night.
Very late evening and bedtime.
Gute Nacht.
Alechem shalom. Well, that's a greetings, but it's in response to Shalom Aleichem. Somebody says Shalom Aleichem, your response is Alechem Shalom. By the way, not in Hebrew. If somebody says Shalom Aleichem in Hebrew, if you wanted to answer them in Hebrew, you would say Shalom Aleichem. In Yiddish, we reverse it. I do believe in Arabic they do the same. I believe.
Salam.
Right.
Salam.
Okay. Sehr eingenommen. Nice to meet you. Eingenommen or sehr eingenommen. Very nice to meet you. Which you use depends on the circumstances. I mean, if you're really, really excited to meet somebody, you've been waiting a long time, you would say sehr eingenommen. Okay? But just like this, okay, nice to meet you. Eingenommen.
Eingenommen.
Eingenommen. Nice to meet you.
Eingenommen.
Eingenommen. Nehmen, to take, okay? Eingenommen. Okay? Bring mir eich. Bring mir eich. I bring to you. I bring it to you. Okay? I bring you the star of the show. Howdy doody. Okay? Bring mir eich. Howdy doody. Okay? I bring to you.
Eingenommen.
We've had this one before. Derech eretz. Derech eretz. Okay? Really, it comes from the Hebrew.
Yeah.
And it means literally the way of the land.
Yeah.
Or the right way.
The right way to
proper
act.
way.
If you don't have derech eretz, you don't know how to act.
Right. Precisely. If I would be misbehaving when I was a youngster, especially if I say something wrong, my Zayda would never give a potch, but he would take two fingers and put it on my cheek and go, Decheretz, Decheretz. We'd run together. Respect. Don't talk like that. Metunish the Zayzog. Decheretz. Okay. Derech eretz. Okay. Now, here we were playing with the dialects, if you remember, the Litvak and the Glitziana, and those aren't the only dialects, but those are the two main ones. Dus. My wife's grandmother said dus. My grandmother said dus. I grew up my whole life saying dus. However, the standard now that they use is das. Das is good. Das ist
Das-
gut. I would have said dus is gut.
Dus is
Dus
geht.
is gut. Dus is gut sie sein. I would say dus is gut zu sein. Okay? This is good to be. This is good to be. Dus, das is gut geht sie zu. The only reason I'm putting them here in all of the ways is that depending on who you are speaking to or listening to, you need to recognize the word because it may not be the way that I'm teaching it to you. I am trying to speak when I speak with you to use the quote unquote new college way, the standardized Yiddish, which borrows some from the Litvak, some from the Galiciana, as you remember. But you get used to it. If you hear somebody say dus, you know they mean das, and either way it's this. Okay. Get gut, see zu, leg sich see. My grandmother used to say, leg sich see, lay yourself down.
Yeah.
Okay, sich reflexive, leg sich, lay yourself see.
Sich. See.
Okay, but
Yeah.
we
Sich.
say now zu. Okay,
Oh.
du meinst zu sagen, du meinst zu sagen or sagen, die meinst zu sagen. Okay. The way I learned it is die and zogen. Okay, zog
Okay.
mir etwas. Today we don't say that. Okay, it's du meinst zu sagen. Okay, du meinst zu sagen. But again, if you hear it, you should recognize it. Ich, euch. I think my family used, but I think it's easier and more correct to say euch. By the way, you will see euch without the A. I'm taking the Yiddish spelling, which has an aleph in it. It's silent, but it's there. The A is also silent here. But that's the spelling that I have learned to use in the, again, proper, quote unquote, new college way. Why do I have a T on the end of this word? Basic nicht. Okay. Freund, friend. Freund, friend. Could also be friends. Could be plural that way. Why not? And my grandmother, my mother would sometimes say Frandina.
Oh.
Also friends, and apparently that's also depends where you came from. Okay. 15, 15, 15.
15. Yeah.
50, 50.
50.
15, 15. Good morning. Good morning. Good day. Sounds like good morning. And sometimes people will get lazy and say that, but it's not right. If I really want to say good morning as good morning, a good free. Okay. FRI, which free. In the free. Okay.
Yeah.
In the morning, in the free. Okay. Good morning, good year. Okay. Good day and a good year. And this is missing over here. I made a couple of boo-boos here, I see. Typographical stuff. Working left-handed because I can't use my right hand. Ich haste. Ich haste. That word haste, be careful. Oh, says haste, you're going to burn yourself.
Ice.
Same word, different
Ice.
meaning. Verkackte Wusste das. Fat, fooey. Okay? Haste. Says hasten drossen. Says hasten drossen. It's hot in the street. It's hot outside. Okay? Ugh, the coffee is haste. The coffee is hot. Okay? That's haste. Ich haste is from the word hasten. Okay? To call or to be called. Hasten. Ich haste. I am called. You can say meine Nomen is. Meine Nomen is. My name is. Okay? But the proper Yiddish, ich heiss. Ich heiss. Ich heiss Avram Schmerl. Wie heißt ihr? or wie heißt du? Wie heißt du? Howard, wie heißt du? Ich heiß.
Ich heiß.
Ich heiße Tuvia.
Ich heiß Tovia. Or you could say ich heiß Howard. Orna, wie heißt du?
Ich heiß Orna.
Orna. Yeah. Simple, okay? Heiß.
She's an Israeli.
Kultur. Kultur, this is a cognate again. Culture. Easy
Culture.
word. Lektia. Sounds like there's a little Russian in there somewhere, doesn't it? Lektia. A lesson.
A lesson.
Lektia auf Yiddish. We're having a Yiddish lesson today. Okay. Liebe means love. But if I say, you usually hear me say, teure Freund, dear friends. But Liebe Freund means the same thing. In this case, it doesn't mean love. In this case, it means dear.
Dear, yeah, Liebe.
If you take it exactly, loved friends. Loved friends. But that would be horrible English. We would never say that. Loved friends, please come and, no. Okay, so in this case, it means dear.
Freund.
Mehr weniger. Mehr weniger. More or less. No, notice it doesn't say mehr aber weniger, more or less. It doesn't say mehr oder weniger. It just says mehr weniger. Why does it leave out the or? Basic nicht. Again, it's just an idiosyncrasy of the language. A mensch, and I think I spelled it wrong, but that's okay. I put a T in it. Mensch. A mensch is a person, but it's often used to mean a really decent, good sort of a guy or gal. A good kite, a real decent person. A mensch. I was at a funeral yesterday. We said goodbye to the shamus of my old synagogue. And when they tell you the man was a mensch in every way, shape, manner, or form, I don't know what they're going to do without him. Friends, family, community, Boy Scout leader for decades. They had a whole Boy Scout color guard there to send him off. It was really, really something. Mir kann nicht verstehen ein Wort.
I can't understand.
Mir kann nicht verstehen ein Wort. Mir kann, okay. I can nicht, not understand one word. I cannot understand one word. I can't understand a single word. I can't. I don't understand. Verstehen. That's actually new to you, but because we don't have it in our glossary, we've used it. Somehow it never made it into the glossary. Reminding everybody again, when I show you things that are new, they're always in blue bold. The next time you see them in the glossary, they'll be regular black and the bold is gone. Okay? A schmooze. We have a schmooze all the time. A schmooze. We're schmoozing right now. Conversation, a schmooze. And of course, in the English, you'll see SCHMOOZE. Schmooze. But it's really a schmooze.
No, schmooze. Okay? Schmooze.
Schmooze. Shalom Aleichem. Greetings. Hello. Aleichem. Shalom. Shalom Aleichem. Okay?
Yeah.
Notice how we spell shalom. It's not SHALOM or SHOLOM. SHOLEM. Shalom. 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 Not shalom. Shalom. Shalom is Hebrew. Shalom is Yiddish. And went through my mother-in-law used to say when families were fighting, she'd say, "Me can't machen shalom on the cemetery. You can't make peace on the cemetery. It's too late." Okay? You get me darf machen shalom jetzt. You have to make shalom now. Sprach. Yiddish is mein Sprach. Sprach. Your language. Yeah. Sprechen Sie Deutsch? No. Ich sprach Yiddish. Ich sprach Yiddish. Wie. How. How. Synonym. Azoi. Azoi ken metin dos. How can I do this? Wie ken metin dos. Wie this. Okay? How. Wie heißt du? Notice how they put words together here. You don't have the do there. They take the D away and they throw the here. We've heard it in a few of our songs too, where they do things like that. Wie heißt du? how are you called? In other words, what's your name? I don't know if you remember, I told you the joke probably maybe over a year ago. The three Jewish boys in the old country, and they go to the father, Papa, wir wollen gehen America. We want to go to America. Aber wir dürfen haben amerikanische Namen. So the first one's name is Metal, and the second one's name is Battle, and the third one's name is Schmeddle. Okay, and the father says, okay, well, Metal Hasteman, one calls Metal Muck, and Battle Haste Buck. Schmeddle schreit, ich geh nicht. I'm not going. If Battle is Buck and Metal is Muck, Schmeddle, yeah, I'm not going. Okay. Wie heißt du? Wie heißt ihr? How are you called? That's either singular and formal.
Formal.
Okay. Somebody that you're talking to your professor, you're talking to your doctor, you're talking to a stranger. Wie heißt ihr? Or if it's plural, okay, formal. Wie heißt ihr? Okay. Woch, dem Woch,
Week.
right?
A
This
week.
week. Was ist das für eine Yiddish Sprach? Was ist das für eine Yiddish Sprach? What is this for a Yiddish language? Okay. Me personally, if I were saying this, what would I have after this H? What letter would I have after that H? How do we make an adjective?
Yiddish.
An E.
Yiddish Sprach. Was ist das für eine Yiddish Sprach?
Yiddish.
Yiddish. It's adjectival. Why they didn't put the E in there, I have no idea. But correctly, it should be. I put it in the way they did it. It's not awful, but it would be more correct with the E. Jeder. Sometimes you'll see it with an N, depending upon the sentence that it's being used in. Okay. We have a song that I'm not playing. I don't think we've done it yet, but we will eventually. Belts, mein steht de la Belts, okay? And it says, jeden Shabbos pflegich. Every Sabbath I used to. But then they say jeden Shabbos, not jeder Shabbos. Favos, again, some things that I still don't know. Sei gesund, seid gesund, okay? It's the Jewish way, the Jewish way. Why isn't this working?
It is.
Why don't it? Backspace. The Jewish way of saying goodbye, okay? And we add the T when it's formal or plural. So when I say so long to you, okay, what do I generally say? Seid mir alle gesinnt, okay?
Oh, seid
Be for me, all of you, well. Seid, okay? Because I'm doing it in the plural. Sehr gut. Sehr gut.
Very good.
Sehr good. Very good. Okay? So we had this stuff up here, the standardized usages. Das, gut, zu, Michigana, not Michigana, and euch. And then, of course, he said verb time. Ach, conjugation. Let's look at the word we had. The first word we started playing with, hasten, to be called. To conjugate a verb, you need the help of all the pronouns. We've learned all the pronouns already if you've been with us for any kind of time. Ich, I. Du, you, familiar, close, family, friend. Anybody you'd call by your first name, you can say do. Okay? And when you use that, you say that you're dunsting somebody. Okay? But dunst mir, the can is dunst mir. Okay? You can't be informal with me. Okay? But all of us here, we can use do. He, she, es, it, mir, we. Ihr is either you plural or formal, teacher, doctor, stranger, anyone you'd call Mr., Mrs., etc. And they. Okay? So taking the word hasten, ich haste, I am called. Do haste, because I know you all. Z, or S, also haste. This is a regular verb, hasten. Okay? No funny business. Mir hasten, plural. We are called. Ihr haste.
Haste.
Okay. You are called, plural or singular formal. Okay. And they hasten. So the only time you have the N is mir and they. All the other times it's haste, except when I talk about myself. Ich haste. They hasten. Mir hasten. Ihr haste. Du haste. Z, and S haste. Okay. So at this point, we can make a simple sentence with the one verb. Ich haste Avrum Schmerl. I am called Alan Stewart. Okay. Wie haste du? Two words, but it's a sentence. It's a question. How are you called? And you answer, Ich haste. Okay. Wie haste Harvey?
Ich heiße Yecheskel Avram ben Yaakov Alevi Vibrina.
No.
Ben Yerich official, Avram Yitzchak Yaakov Ben Yerich official. I can't even do it. My father used to do a shtick with that. 15 names. Una Newman. Right. Okay, so
I'm trying to figure out where the plural would be used, that we are called. We don't do that in English.
Well, sure. Sure. What's your team name? We are called the Yankees. Mir hasten the Yankees.
Mary Hasten.
Okay, so it's for a group.
What is their team called? They hasten the Mets.
Yeah.
Ta-da! That was a simple one. Ich Glock is Greg. I like the easy ones.
Mir hasten Kathy and Jerry.
Okay.
Would that be
Ich
okay?
haste, du haste, Z, S haste, mir hasten, ihr haste, they hasten. Okay. So we've got a whole beginning here. Every verb that you use will take this form if it's a regular verb. We already know one of the verbs that we use. The verb to be is not regular.
No.
Ich bin, du bist. Okay. Sie seinen, mir seinen doesn't follow this. Okay. So the verb to be, okay, is not a regular verb. Just like Spanish, just like French, just like German,
English,
just like Italian.
like
Even
English.
in English, we have irregular verbs. So over time, you get to know it all. All right. So that's the technical part. Let's get rid of that. Let's have some fun. We're just going to have some fun for a while, okay? You'll only hear a couple of Yiddish words here, but part of our time together is enjoying the Yiddish culture, and the language feeds our culture. So I have something that I want to share, and you guys probably know this fellow.
Myron Cohen.
And he's really not what we would call a comedian. What do you call Myron Cohen? Do you remember?
MC.
Yeah.
He's called a raconteur in English. A storyteller. He's a storyteller, a raconteur. Henny Youngman is a comedian, throws one-liners at you. Jack Benny throws one-liners at you. This gentleman, like Emil Cohn, also a raconteur. Alan King was a raconteur. You know, they would tell a quickie, but most of them were stories, and they would weave the comedy into the story. This guy, one of the best of all time, and I'm just bringing him back. This is unsere Yiddische Kultur. This is our Jewish culture. So enjoy for a while.
Well, he's in considerable demand for any occasion when people really and truly want to laugh. I refer you now to the one and only, the master storyteller, Myron Cohen.
Thank you, my dear. You know, since this is the Thanksgiving season, and I always like to associate that kind of season with little ones, tonight is as appropriate as any to tell about just the lovely little ones you might have at home. For example, this adorable little 8-year-old girl, quite like one you might have in your very own heart, walked into a bakery shop and said to the baker, "My mommy found a fly in the raisin bread." He says, "So bring back the fly, I'll give you a raisin." And you know, cute little 6-year-old boy walked into the grocery and said, "Mommy wants change of $1." He gave him change of $1. The little fellow was on the way out. The grocer called to him. He said, "Just a minute, son. Where's the $1?" So she'll give it to you Monday. And you know, since truth is so much stranger than fiction, imagine a man who found it possible for 25 years of his life to arrive for work every morning at 9 o'clock. Just as the good Lord made the day he walked in for his work at 9 in the morning, you could set your watch by his appearance. And suddenly one morning, after all these 25 years of punctual 9 o'clock appearances, he walked in at 10. Big lump on his head, 2 black eyes, bloody nose, ear hanging, lip torn, clothes ripped and disheveled. Boss says, "What happened to you?" He says, "Oh, I fell down an old flight stairs, almost got killed." The boss says, "So this took an hour?" You know, I had a boss like that once. But speaking of falling down, I want you to hear about a man who's been drinking very heavily. This man is loaded, blind, fractured. There is a word that will accurately describe his condition. It may be found in the new issue of the unabridged Funk and Wagnall's dictionary. He was fablonget. It's a French derivative which will be found under either F or B, I'm not sure. But in this drunken stupor, he walked into an empty elevator shaft. He fell 10 floors. Now, that'll happen to some of us on occasion. Picked himself up, brushed himself off, and said, "I guess I should have said up." But you know, idle conversation always gives me a big kick. The other day, I was standing about 2 or 3 feet from 2 young men who were in conversation, and one said to the other, "Where did you was this past winter?" Says, "I was in Palm Springs." Says, "You was where?" He says, "Palm Springs." So what is it? You don't talk a good English? It's not Palm Springs, it's Palm Springs. Says, "You know, you're right. I had it confused with Palm Beach." And you know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask you, please, for a moment to imagine, if you will, Christmas in California. Christmas in California. What could be lovelier under normal weather conditions than Christmas in California? A native New Yorker walking along Wilshire Boulevard meets a native Californian. And if you know native Californians, you know how very, very proud they are of their home state. The Californian, drawing himself up to his full height, says to the New Yorker, "How do you like my California?" He answers, typically New York, "Yeah." Says, "You don't like it?" "What's the matter? You don't sound enthused." Says, "So what is to be enthused? It's California." Says, "You're not enjoying here?" So I'll tell you the truth. If I would be home in New York, no, we'll be enjoying better. Says, "Why? What will you be doing?" Says, "I will be packing to go to Florida." Of course, when you tell it in California, you can switch it to suit yourselves. And ladies and gentlemen, the mention of California reminds me that in April, just before I left Florida to come up north, I was in a drugstore on Lower Washington Avenue in Miami Beach, the Deep South. Little fellow came in, sat down alongside of me at the soda fountain, and I heard him say to the soda clerk, "Today, if y'all be so kindly, Dalton," you know, it's the Deep South. He says, "I feel like Debbie shall make me a pineapple, banana, peach melted. Says, y'all put me in a special glass. On the bottom, you stick me some pineapple. Nachher, you'll give me some vanilla ice cream. Nachher. I must explain, that's a southern delicacy, like corn pone, nachher, covered with yams. And then you'll cut mother banana. On top of this, some chocolate ice cream. Then in honor of the Hounds Bowl game, you give me a piece of Hounds. Not the stickel tangerine will do. Then you give me some crushed nuts. Then some whipped cream. A few chocolate sprinkles. And on the top there, if y'all be so kind, you stick me what I call a chair, like they said. And the clerk says, I got y'all, mister. Maybe y'all got time to come in Monday for our fitting. And folks, you're very kind, but you know, I like to think a great many of the young men throughout the country have a right to know that while they were away in the last war, a great many very strange but very interesting and humorous incidents occurred. For example, when the American army occupied Rome, I then told a story of a little Italian-American soldier boy who had been given a pass for the weekend. Since in civilian life he'd been a lover of the finer arts, as most Italian families are, it occurred to him it might be wise to visit some of the very beautiful palaces his mother had told him about. Now, he came upon 3 statues he couldn't quite understand. The first statue looked like this, the second like that, and the third like that. So he walked up to the Italian caretaker, says, would you be kind enough, sir, to tell me what those 3 statues represent? And the kindly little old Italian man said, I'll be very happy to tell you what that means. I'll explain it for you. He said, the first statue, she said, who spit on the floor? He did it. Who, me?
Okay. We'll put Myron Cohn away. Where did you all go?
We're here.
Oh, we're here.
There you go.
Yes, we
Yeah,
do.
sometimes you play with the technology and it goes haywire. All right, so this is Myron Cohn, raconteur, classic Yiddish humor. He is all over the internet, just like Emil Cohn. We'll probably pick up some other things along the way. But again, this is get salach. This is good for the neshama. This is the
Very
neshama.
good.
Soul.
Your soul. This is get salach, and it's good to laugh. Okay, we have Heint Banacht this evening. Wir haben zwei Liederlach. We have two Liederlach. 2 little songs. Actually,
Songs.
ein Lied, es ist nicht so klein. Okay? I wanted to do the first song a while back. You know, it's a very sad song. How do we say sad Troyer? This is a Troyer lead. Okay, it's a sad song. But it goes back to the time just around World War II, even before. And it talks about this orphan boy. You know, his mother is gone. His father got hurt in the war, is really useless. And it's him and his sister. And he's trying to survive by selling what we used to call in days gone by Lucy's. Who knows what a Lucy is? Melanie, you're muted, so we couldn't hear you.
Individual cigarettes, individual
cigarette,
cigarettes.
Okay. And auf Yiddish, cigarettes are papyrosen. Papyrus. Okay, and that was a classic song. And he's walking through the streets, could be Poland, could be Czechoslovakia, somewhere in the old country, and he is trying desperately to make a penny, a nickel, whatever he can get with his cigarettes. And he's telling everybody he's a good cigarettes, and the matches, these are classic matches, okay? And they're not wet, everything is dry, it will work, it's good stuff. Who will buy my cigarettes? So I'm going to bring up first the lyrics so that we can look at them. Okay, and we'll share those together. Can everybody see that?
Yep.
I'm going to try to make it a little bit larger if I can.
Alt enough.
Okay. So here are the words in Yiddish. A kalte Nacht, a Neppeldicke, foggy. Finster mit Tum. It's dark all over, okay? It's a cold night, a foggy night. It's dark, umitum, all over. Steht der Jingel, stands a little boy, vertreuet, he's all sad, und kickt sich herum. Notice it's reflexive, guckt sich, he looks himself around. Von Regen, from the rain.
From the rain.
Him nar avant, okay? Only a wall protects him from the rain. Only a wall. A kashikel, a basket. Holt in hunt. Ein hunt, zwei hent. Okay?
Yeah.
Kashikel and hunt. Und seine Augen, and his eyes, beten jeden, they beg everyone, plural, okay, they beten jeden, stumm, silently.
Silent.
He begs with his eyes silently. Ich hab schon nicht, I have already no, nit kind, no more, okay, or any. I have koyach, strength. Mehr, I have absolutely no more strength. Arunzagain, around to go. Okay. Or to
in
walk.
The street.
Just walk around to go.
In the street.
Gas.
In the
gas,
street.
Gas is the street. Hungerig. He's
Hungry.
hungry. Und upgerissen. And ragged. This should be with an A. Upgerissen. Von dem Regen, from the rain, nass.
He's wet.
He's wet. Ich schlepp sich von beginnen. Okay? I schlep around. I just drag myself around from dawn. Keiner geht nicht zu verdienen. Nobody gives me money. Nobody gives me any earnings. I'm starving to death here. Okay. Alle lachen. Everybody laughs at me. Machen von mir Spaß. They make fun of me. They make sport of me. This is my life. Okay. And then he says, Kupitcha, kaifcha. These mean the same. Kupitcha is not Yiddish. I believe it's Polish. I'm not positive. Kupitcha, kaifcha. Okay. By kaifcha, by papirusin. Okay. It says my cigarettes, but you don't see the word mina there. Okay. So this is a free translation of the song. Buy my cigarettes. Please buy my cigarettes. Turukene von Regen. Nicht vergessen. They're dry ones. They're not wet from the rain. I've protected them. Kaifcha, buy them. Bilik benemunis. Okay, benemunis is a word. Okay, but they're
what is benemunis?
They're such a bargain. Benemunis. They're like dirt cheap. You can't do better than this. Okay, kauft by hot oif mir rachmonis. This should be
have pity on me.
Hot of mir rachmonis. Okay. This is an old version of the words I see. Buy and have pity on me. Ratevet. That's a word we've had, but it's not a word you're going to use often. Ratevet von hunger mich atzind. Ratevet von hunger mich atzind. Save me from hunger now. Now. I need this now. Okay. Kupitcha, kaifcha, shvebelach. Antique
matches.
It sounds like antiques, but what it says is buy my matches. They're really wonderful ones. Der mit, and with that, werdet ihr Simmel der Wicken, okay? And with that, you will uplift an orphan. You will help an orphan out of his service, out of his misery. All you got to do is buy the cigarettes and the matches, please, okay? Umzist mein Schreien und mein Laufen. My screaming and my running, okay, will not help me. It's for nothing. Umzist. Umzist also means free, okay? But in this usage, umzist means for nothing, for naught, for nothing, for free, okay? It's wasted. Keiner will bei mir nicht kaufen. Nobody wants to buy from me. And his result is there. Eis gehen will ich müssen, wie a Hind. I will have to perish like a dog.
Like a dog.
Mein Vater, my father, in Milchome, in the war, hat verloren seine Hand.
He lost his hand.
Plural. He lost his hands in the war, so he can't really help. Okay. Mein Mama hat die Zuris mehr ausschalten nicht gekannt. My mother couldn't handle her troubles anymore. She couldn't bear them. It was too much for her. Okay. Jung in Kever sie getrieben. And she was driven to her grave at a very young age.
At a young age.
Bin ich auf der Welt verblieben. And I was left on this earth behind. Verblieben. I was left behind. Okay. Unglücklich, unhappy. Elend, lonely, alone. Via Stein, like a stone. Brecklich, we've had this word. Crumbs. Brecklich, klebech auf zum Essen. Auf dem alten Markt, okay? I gather crumbs to eat in the old market. A harte Bank is mein Gelegen, okay? In dem kalten Park. A hard bench in the cold park makes for my bed, okay? In der Zu, and on top of that, the Poliziaten, the police, schlugen mich mit schweren Kanten. They beat me with the edges of their swords.
Is this a song?
With the edge of the sword, the handle.
But this is a song?
This is a song. Helft mir nicht beten, helft mir nicht mein beten, my begging, my cries, meine Gewehen, my cries and my pleas are of no use. Kaputje, kaufje, bye. Ich hab gehabt a Schwesterl. I had a little sister. A Kind von der Natur, a child of nature.
Of nature.
Mit mir zusammen, okay, together. Sich geschleppt. Hat sie a Gunsior. Together we schlepped around. We dragged around for an entire year.
Yeah.
Mit ihr gewesen is mir viel geringer. When with her, it was easier for me. Okay. Lechter, van Flake der Hunger. Lechter, lighter.
Yeah.
It would become lighter, my hunger. I wouldn't think about it so much because I had her company. Wenn ich pflege a cook tun not of ihr, when I used to look only at her, when I glanced at her, when I saw her, it was good. Mitamol, with a time, suddenly, geworden sie schwach. She became weak. Und sehr krank and very sick. Auf meine Hand, on my hands, okay, is sie gestorben. She died. Auf in a Gassen Bank, on a bench in the street. She died in my arms on a street bench. Und als ich hab sie verloren, and when I lost her, hab ich alles angeworden. I lost everything. When I lost her, my world was gone. Okay? Soll der Tod schon kommen, euch zu mir, and death should come to me also. And then he sings again, Kupitja, Kaufja. Okay? It's funky language for the sake of rhyme. That's why I put it in red up here. Pfleg ich a cook to a not off here. If we were saying that regularly, we'd say, Wenn ich hab ihr geguckt. Wenn ich hab auf ihr geguckt. When I looked on her. When I looked at her. It's a heck of a song, okay? But I want you to listen to it because this was a song that our parents and our grandparents grew up with. And it is a beautiful song. I have two versions of it here. I have the wrong thing up. Oops, I do that. Okay, no. Stop that. Where is this? Here. Okay. This is Dudu Fisher's version. Okay, if you have the words in front of you, I mean, you should have it on your word sheets. This is something to hear. All right. Can everybody hear?
Yeah. Warte nach. An Hedwig, an het venster omtun.
I don't think it's playing, Al.
You don't hear it?
No.
Nothing's
Okay,
happening.
hang on. It did it again to me. Okay. Let me make sure. Okay, I am sharing it. We should have the sound.
We're not even seeing the video.
It's not actually a video. Okay. It's not actually a video.
Dudu Fisher?
Dudu Fisher.
Dudu Fisher, yeah. You should have had the sound because I didn't turn it off. Still says stereo. All right, let's try it again. How about now?
Oh, it's on.
A kalte Nacht, a Näppeldicke, finster Tum, steht Heingele, verteuert und guckt sich herum. Von Regen schützt ihm noch eine Wand, der Goschikel Alter in Hand, seine Augen beten jeden Sturm. Ich hab schon mehr kein Keuch nicht darum zu gehen in Gas, ungeregt und abgerissen von dem Regen nass. Ich schlepp sich von Baginen, keiner gibt nicht zu verdienen, und sie lachen, machen von mir Spaß. Kupitje kaufje Papierossen, Druckene von Regen nicht vergossen. Kaufje billig Benemunes, Kauf und Teuf mir Rachmunes, Rate wird von Hänger mich erziehen. Kupitje kaufje Schweiberlach Antiken, der nicht wird hier a Jusemel der Quicken. Siehst mein Schreien und mein Läufen, keiner will bei mir nicht kaufen, ausgehen will ich musen wie ein Hund. Ich hab gehabt a Schwestere, a Kind von der Natur, mit mir zusammen sich geschleppt, hat sie a ganzen Jahr. Mit ihr gewinn is mir viel geringer, leichter werden Pfleg das Hinger, wenn ich Pfleg a Kuckton noch viel. Mit amol gefroren is sie, schwach und sehr krank, in meine Hand is sie gestorben, auf vergassen Bank. Wenn ich hab sie verloren, hab ich alles angeworden, soll der Teutschein kommen euch zu mir. Kupitje kaufje Papierossen, Druckene vom Regen nicht vergossen. Kaufje billig Benemunes, Kauf und Teuf mir Rachmunes, Rate wird von Hinger mich erziehen. Kupitje kaufje Schweiberlach Antiken, der Beat wird ihr Jusemel der Quicken. siehst mein Schreien und mein Läufen, keiner will bei mir. Ein will ich musen wie ein Hund. Kupicie kauft, Papierosen. Kupicie kauft, Papierosen.
Wow.
So sad.
Wow.
That's terrible. It's really that's a hard one, Papa Rusin. Okay,
Beautiful. Beautiful.
but it's also a beautiful song. Okay, and there are other versions of it. Of course, I gave you the lyrics from a full version, but let's do something a little nicer. Okay, let's try a nicer share, a nicer song. That was kind of around the time of the oh God, my brain is foggy.
That First World War, or was that Second World War?
That one is between the first and second. So the father lost it in the First World War. So I'm saying it's around the 20s, 30s, old time. But as heartrending as that is, that was life in the shtetl. And there were many like that. It wasn't, just a thought. And our grandparents knew of such things. I mean, this was the way of the world back then. But we have a nicer song. And we're going to share. Where are we? No, not that. Not that. We're going to go here. And I'm going to share screen. I'm going to take this one up here. And I'm going to share the screen. Let me make sure that I have it this time, and then we don't have a problem. There we go.
Mr. Beshane?
Yes. Okay, and again, making sure the sound is on this time.
Barry Sisters.
Oh,
Right.
Badir bist du schön.
Okay, and we'll look at the words before we go. Let's listen first.
Ich will dir sagen, ich gleich zu Herrn, als die sollst mir Liebe erklären. Wenn dir jetzt mit die Augen wollt ich mit dir geflogen, wie die willst, sag mich nicht ein, wenn die hast a bissele Seichel, und wenn die weißt ein arischen Schmeichel, wenn die tausend Indianer bist, a viele Galizianer, so gilt das Hart mich nicht. Bei mir bist du schön, bei mir hast du kein, bei mir bist du einer auf der Welt. Bei mir bist du Gitt, bei mir hast du it, bei mir bist du teure von Geld. Viel schöne Jüngler haben schon gewollt, nehmen mich und sind sie alle ausgeklebt. Hab ich nur dir, bei mir bist du schön, bei mir hast du kein, bei mir bist du einer auf der Welt. Bei mir bist du schön, bei mir hast du kein, du bist einer auf der Welt. Bei mir bist du Gitt, bei mir hast du it, bei mir bist du Teiere von Geld. Viel schöne Jüngler, sie haben schon geboten, nehmen mich und bin sie alle ausgeklebt. Hab ich nur dich, bei mir bist du schön, bei mir hast du kein, bei mir bist du einer auf der Welt. nehmen mich und finden sie alle heute geblieben hab ich nur dir bei mir bist die schön bei mir hast die Gein bei mir bist die einer auf der
And there we go, the Barry sisters. Okay, I'm gonna take that one away.
Fabulous. Fabulous.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Okay, so just before we go, let's see. Let's just take a quick look at this. And then, believe it or not, our time is up. It just goes so quickly. Okay. Ich will dir sagen, look at how that's chvel. The I is missing.
Will.
We use contractions. Ich will dir sagen, I want to say to you, dir gleich zu hören, so that you would hear gleich, directly. Okay. As du sollst mir Liebe declaren, that you will declare to me that you love me. I love you. Okay. You'll tell me that. Wenn du redst mit die Augen, when you speak with your eyes, wollt ich mir dir gefliegen. I want to fly with you. Wo du willst, wherever you want to go. It doesn't matter to me. I'll follow you anywhere. Sa'art mich nicht un. That's where that came from. Sa'art mich nicht, doesn't concern me where. I don't care where you take me anywhere.
I don't care.
Wenn du hast a bissel sechel,
when you have a little
sense,
little brain.
Und wenn du weißt, and when you show dein Kinderschön, your childlike schmeichel, your smile. Oh, I love your childish little smile. Wenn du bist wild wie Indianer, when you're wild as an Indian or as
Indian, a wilder Indian.
Bist du viel a Galiciana, even if you were a Galiciana, okay? Zog ich, I say, das art mich nicht. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. Art.
Because you are so beautiful.
Art mich nicht, das art mich nicht. It doesn't bother me. Bei mir bist du schön. Look at bist du. Okay, they put it together. By mir bist du schön. By me, you're pretty. You're going to call a boy pretty, and nowadays you're going to get into trouble. Okay, we'd say heldish, handsome. Okay, by mir hast du chen. Chen, chesed. Okay, rachamim in the Hebrew. Okay, it's charm, grace. Okay, and if you want to call somebody in Israel, if her name is Grace, some friends of mine also have a friend's name is Chen. That's her name. Bamir bist du einer auf der Welt. You are one in the world. You're singular. My mother-in-law used to sing this to my kids, and my daughter, who didn't understand the Yiddish right, decided that it was Shester Asta Welt, and she was saying that to my son. So my daughter now calls my son Shay. Shay short for Shaster, but it was never Shaster. It's Shaner. But that's how things happen, okay? Because she used to sing this to them all the time. Bei mir bist du einer auf der Welt, okay? Bei mir bist du gut. We say good, but this is old time. Bei mir hast du again, they put it together. By me, you have it. Okay, that's certain something. By mir bist du teurer von Geld. You are dearer than wealth. You are more valuable than wealth. Sehr schöne Jünglech. Many handsome boys. Haben gewollt, wanted, nehmen mir, to take me. They wanted me. Und von sie alle, and from all of them, ausgeklieben, I chose, ausgeklieben hab ich nur dich. I have only you. Okay? I have chosen none but you. I have chosen only you. So all these boys want me, and I want only you. Bamir Mr. Shane, you have the lyrics, so you can look at them. You have the URL to go online and look at it. And I sent you two versions of this one. We have our good friend Leah Kalisher. You know, she does a great job this with her girlfriend and with Rabbi T. Muasapru, Muadapru, we did Pesach, Leah Kalisher, Legdine Cup, Leah Kalisher. She's got a slew of stuff out there. And my friends, Suzietzt, Ach noch nein, Medaf Avekgain. We got to go already. That was a fast session.
Yeah, sehr spät.
Sehr spät. But anyway, okay, we've got some good stuff going on here. So we had a little singing. We had a little laughing. We had a little formal Yiddish. We ran the gamut, okay? Next in sight, no, next time more. Okay, we'll do something else. I think I sent you a sheet, and I'm trying to stick more or less to it about what we're going to do each time. And I really want to kind of break it up. Sometimes we're formal, sometimes we're not. I have a whole bunch of songs we haven't even touched yet. And maybe one of our sessions in the near future, we'll spend the whole night just working on songs, if that's okay with you. Okay? I really want to.
Alles is good.
Alles is good. Okay. Yep. And we can also say alts is good. Okay. You know, the words reader said alts when he sang, he said alles. Okay. Depend how formal you want to be, depending upon where you came from. Nu mention a gute Nacht alle. I wish. Ich wünsch ihr, alle, all of you, ihr alle, a gute Nacht, a good night. Gehen wir sehen, mir Hashem. I will see you, please God. 2 Wochen in the kommende, 2 weeks in the future. And was for a Tugdus, this is their
24.
19.
No, I think it's the 19th. 19th.
19th
in May.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. It's nicht 20. The 19th of May, right? Today's the 5th, 14 days. 5 and 14 makes 19. At least in my mathematics. Okay. Sei mir alle gesund.
Sei gesund.
Gute Nacht.
Good night.
Sei gesund.
Sei gesund.
Sei gesund.